Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the Hearty Talk podcast. Ta-da! Today's episode is quite different. It's just talking about my experience during my 1 year experience as a core member or as an my 1 year experience in NYC basically. And I just want to share it because I learned a lot, and I believe people that are going for NYC now, I believe when this podcast is out and when the video is also out, people that are going for NYC, I believe that should have been out before you go out and few days before you go to camp. I mean, few days after you go to camp. By the time this video will be out, I'll be passing out by that time. So yes, you can tell me congratulations already. So we thank God. NYC. Hmm. Ha. Hi. I'm sure you're wondering, first of all, for people who don't know what NYC is, if you're out of Nigeria and you're listening to this podcast, if anybody's here and saying that, oh, do you have international listeners? See, in case you don't know, yes, I do. In case you don't know. Mm-hmm. So, for people that don't know what NYC is, NYC is National Youth Service Corps. Eh? National Youth Service. Ha! Wow. National Youth Service Corps. That's what it is. So it is a period, it's a 1 year after every, it's a 1 year for every Nigerian graduate. Should you're meant to use that 1 year to serve your country. And sometimes it's just a service year, that's what it's called. That's just the summary. So every graduate in Nigeria must undergo it. And if you don't undergo it, you can't serve in like political positions. You can't, some jobs even require for you to have a, like, it's a requirement. So most of the times people that want to work in Nigeria or hold political positions, you're expected to have it. And perhaps you even finish school maybe way older than, because there's an age, there's a gap for you to have done NYC. So perhaps you were like way older when you were done with school. There's something called like an exemption. So that's just a briefing of what NYC is. So next, my experience about NYC. To some people, see, let me start with mindset. I will advise you as you're going for NYC, just have an open mindset. Have an Know what you want. Know what you want personally, and have an open mindset. When I was going for NYC, I knew that okay, I wanted to be posted in Lagos. So another thing that you need to know about NYC is that NYC in Nigeria, we have 36 states in Nigeria, and you get to be posted into any of those states, meaning you can be posted far away from your family. And to some people, it's fun, like it's the unknown. Some people are so happy about like working in the unknowns and everything. So some people, because of safety, so there is now like a way of trying to, you know, let's just, you understand what I'm trying to say, to work it out basically in order for you to like be posted in your state where your, or your desired state. So that's what it is. I wanted to be posted in Lagos. That is where I stay, that's where my family is, that's where I'm acquainted with. And I wanted to stay in Lagos. I was like, okay, this and that, everything's going to happen. From even the moment of trying to like get posted, everything was just funny, not even working out. At the end of the day, I got posted in the east. Never been to the east before. I got posted in Enugu. I'm going to put like pictures, videos out there. I got posted in Enugu, and when I first found out, I was like, you know what, I'm not going anywhere. My parents are not going to allow me to go anywhere. I'm not going to anywhere. But when I was not thinking that, that means I'm going to sit at home when my mates are going. So some people actually stayed like till the next batch, which is actually not bad. But I personally did not want to sit at home, and I was like, and another thing that was wrong, why many people wanted to be posted in their, in like their state, was because of issues of insecurity. That is like we're in Nigeria, and in Nigeria there's like a situation of insecurity issues, Boko Haram, and all of that. Think if you're not in Nigeria, you can Google it. You understand what I'm trying to say after you have. But for those who are in Nigeria or Nigerians, they totally understand what I'm saying. So I got posted in Enugu. Long story short, when I got to Enugu, hey, hmm, Kai, ah, from the airport it wasn't bad, but when I got to Enugu, like when I got to the camp, what I saw, my expectation was crashed. Like, and that's when I got there, I was not feeling fine, and I was like, "What's in the world?" But I was so grateful to God for one thing. I went with a very close friend. God just happened to make it that one of my very close friends was also posted in Enugu, so we went together, and I was so happy. Her name is Gloria. Hi, Gloria. So yes, so we got posted to Enugu together, and I was so happy that at least someone I know is in Enugu. There were a few people from my school that were posted in Enugu, so I still saw some people on camp. But one of the things I saw at camp that made me shocked about camp was that hmm, people have different mindsets. Like you would see people with different mindsets, so just prepare your mind. Like literally, just prepare your mind. I'm still in the fun part of this like podcast, like this YouTube. I'm still in the very fun part of it. So, but there are still some things I want you to learn from this. An objective for this podcast. Yes, you know that in this podcast, as much as we're hearty and yeah, we're talky, there's still an objective for this podcast. So when I got to Enugu, I met people. But most of the times I love to stay alone on my own. I like to stay alone, and it's not like I'm bored or anything. No, I just enjoy my company. Some people say they're introverted. Some people say I'm not extroverted. Anyone else call me, I'm introverted. I'm extroverted, but I just love my company. Simple and short. You can leave me alone, and I don't have an issue with it. So that was how my NYC was practically like on camp. I enjoyed like the ride, just have fun, be prepared as you're going. Make sure you have all your documents. I have a friend that I think there's if I put all the list together, I'll have a place where I can put the list together. I'll put it in the link in the description so that you can just go prepared. So before I went for NYC, I was at home for a while. This is even the part I want you to learn about. So I was at home for a while after finishing school. After TTG, I was at home for like a couple, like a month, 2 months. I didn't want to stay at home. I wanted to get a job. My expectation was that immediately after school, I want to get a job. I'll rest for like a week or two, and that I would get a job. I'll start working. I want to get experience. Like I was really eager. I was like, "Ah, I don't want to stay at home. I wanted to like that was what I really wanted, but it did not go as planned. And it got me really worried. It got me really worried that God, why is this not happening for me? I did not want to go back to where I worked before during my internship when I was in 400 level due to like my own personal reasons. There was nothing bad that happened. I didn't just want to go there. I did not just want to go there. So, but I prayed about it. I was like, God, why is it not working out? I went for interviews upon interviews. I've never gotten that amount of no's like that in my life before. And I remember there was a scripture that God sent to me when something similar to this happened in my internship when I was looking for a place to have my internship. And there was this scripture that God sent to me. Exodus 23, verse 20 says, I will send an angel before you. He will prepare you. I'll send an angel before you, prepare you in the way that you should go. That means that he's preparing a place